What's happening, everybody? And so it has begun. Defo here from PRC Works as always, and today we got something sick that we've started. We are finally pulling the 4AG out of the scrap coop, sorry. Yes, we're finally pulling the motor, the 4AG, out of the scrap coop, and I've made a decent amount of progress. We got the rad here all ripped out. We got the fan off, the pulley right there. We got our intake out. Cut some hoses. And right now I just actually got the power steering drained. Shit old fluid. Took the line off right here. So yeah, we've been making some progress. Also got rid of these nasty motor mount bolts. Right there, if you can, oh, that's so dark. There we go. Right there. Which is actually the wrong one. I should have actually done that one and just pulled this all as one piece. And I'll probably, yeah, either way, it'll be fine. It'll still yank up, I think. If not, then I'll just crack that. And the other side is in the same shape. Awesome. So this video won't just be like a single night of us pulling the motor. This is a very old car, and if any of you guys know what it's like working on a just about, fuck, this thing's an 85. This thing is a 32-year-old car. Where the original owner had it. It's only had one owner. I am the second owner. Everything's original. Nothing's been replaced. Original fuel filter, original fuel pump. But the best thing in my arsenal that I have is this fucker right here. Propane torch, motherfucker. That thing has made life so much easier because, yeah, this is hell. But I'll try to walk you guys through it. This is the most intensive part of the swap, kind of. A lot of people say they're pretty simple, and yeah, it's not too bad compared to some motors. Pretty basic, but it's just, for me, it's just the pain in the ass of rust that's really going to be bugging us. I'll kind of show you guys a couple things, and we'll continue through the swap day by day by day by day. It's gonna be a long one, but alright, let's get to it. First off, like I said before, yank off your motor mount bolts, 17 mil both sides. I did that one, pull that one. I'm pretty sure it's a 17 also. Work your way to the other side of the car. There's a 17 right down in here. Get the lighting good so you can see. Right there is your motor mount. There's a 17 right there. Kind of on an awkward angle. Yank that. Now your motor's loose. Now, look at all this we get to do. Yay. Anyways, I started off with yanking the power steering line right there. Drained into a bucket. And then I have this line right here plugged. But that was this one. But that drains, we can yank that out of the way, clear some space. Really, the rest of it is just kind of unplugging stuff. Mark everything you unplug. As you can see, my motor is still completely plugged in. All these, everything has to be yanked. And yeah, just, I'm pretty sure it's all pretty universal other than your injectors. I would definitely fucking mark your injectors. You don't want to have that messed up. Next up, you'll be yanking this imaginary radiator. It's right there. It is held on with a 10 mil right there, or a 12. It might be a 12, I'm sorry if I can't remember. 10 mil and 10 mil right there. That yanks off the little brackets to hold it on. And then they're going to be really seized probably, but pop them up. And then you have to deal with the fan shroud and the fan, which is normally right here. The fan is actually held on with these 10 mils. Work your way around the pulley. You don't have to have the belt off to do that. You should hopefully be able to work your way around. If you can't do that, try to crank over the motor to get to other ones. but I got mine very easily. And then our fan pops off, and then you can lift up the rad with the fan pulled away in the fan shroud and yank the whole thing up and out. And then the only other things you have to worry about are your top rad hose, which I have new rad hoses, so I wasn't too worried, I just cut it. And your bottom rad hose, which is this weird looking motherfucker, and I just cut it also. If you haven't already, yank your goddamn battery. I've never had a battery in this thing, so never really had to worry about it, but you should do that. I'm not sure if it's really necessary or not. I really don't think so. I've actually never pulled the motor with them on, but your headlights, which this one is a pop-up, being a 86 in Canada. They never came in as 11, sadly. But anyways, 2 10mm. Pretty sure it's just those two, and I think there might be some in behind. Fuck, I haven't had them installed in a very long time. It's been a while, but mine are pulled. It's just kind of nice to have all this extra space, you know, like the alternator here, which was a fucking ass, so seized. I took the torch to that bolt there for at least 5 minutes, and then finally cracked it with the impact, just so I could get to a bolt that holds on a bar. It's a support bar for the manifold. It bolts on here, and then bolts to the bracket down here right there, which is, it bolts right there. It's actually right here. So this right here would go pretty well like that. And it's a 10mm on both, but 10mm is on this side, the front side of the car, and that one, and the nut is what is tacked. So you don't have to worry about that. But anyways, get that out of the way. Then you should be able to get to your motor mounts a little easier, but you don't even have to pull the bolt I pulled, so you might not even have to fucking do that. I might be just a fucking idiot. Alright, next up would be your fuel filter, which sits right there. Yank it out of the way just to give yourself some more room to get to the motor mount. It is a 10mm and a 10mm. Both mine had snapped, so I yanked it out. My lineman's rotten, so I cut it. Now you see what I mean about original filter. So now you got all this space here, right? And you can get to that motor mount, do what you gotta do. Don't really think there's much for wiring on this side, to be honest. I don't think there's any. No, doesn't look like it. Other than your alternator. You'll obviously have to unplug your alternator. You might as well start that. Get that out of the way. Next up, you're going to want to yank this. This is your air box. It looks like that. That's half of it. You want to yank that. It connects to the snorkel, which goes across here, and hopefully you pulled that when you pulled the rad. Again, I'm a little rusty on this, okay? Like, I haven't done this for a very long time, but I'm pretty sure I can, you know, stay to it and get a lot done here. Next day now, just got done work. Last night it got dark and started raining pretty quickly, and then my camera died again, of course. It hasn't, something's wrong with my battery on it. Hasn't really been charging lately. So we're back today working on the 86, just got done work. Today, basically the plan is we're just gonna remove wiring from the motor, injectors, and you injector plugs. Don't pull your injectors. Okay, you don't have to do that. Injectors, starter wires, and grounds, and just kind of label them and mark them out so we know what we're doing for putting it in the other car, which probably won't happen for a couple of weeks because I want to freshen up the motor while it's out of the engine bay. Yeah, I guess let's get to it. Alright, first off, I guess I'll show you some stuff we're going to need for this part of the video. A roll of tape. Painter's tape is nice. It's, especially this wide stuff, it's cheap and it's just kind of bright and noticeable. So, and then a marker. I use pink because that's all I got. So we're going to start unplugging stuff, labeling them like 1 to 1, 2 to 2, like that. It's just so we don't get it mixed up when we go to reinstall. Start off by yanking the injector plugs finally start getting somewhere, and now it's deciding to rain yet again. But anyways, I'll show you guys how to undo the injector. The plugs are a pain in the ass. As you can see here, this was the first plug. That's the second one. I am about to label that now. But it has this metal clip around it. And what I did, don't worry about being a little too rough on these things. Like, don't like fucking beat the hell out of her, you know what I mean? But get a very small screwdriver, flathead, and pry it basically where this one is here. Pry it in between there and push it up and out of the way like that. And then once you get it like that, hopefully you can get a finger in there to push it like that. And then you can see it's pretty well fully released. Like 20 minutes trying to get that first one done. Then once I figured it out, I got the second one done like right the fuck away. Well, that one was a little tricky. I ended up just same thing as before. Kind of just went in on an angle over the fuel rail. And same thing, it just popped off. Actually, it wasn't as difficult as I thought it was going to be. Just labeling them, the last two right now. And then we will move on to removing the starter. So, sorry, I got the camera in a fucked up angle right now. But either way, yeah, we'll be moving on to the starter next and unplugging a couple things, and then we'll unplug the alternator, and yeah, should be just about it. Other than a shit ton of grounds, and then, yeah, trust me, there's more. Alright guys, we got our injectors unplugged, right here, looking mint. So now we're gonna move around to probably, actually, like I said before, well, I said we were gonna do the starter, but as you can see, it's already starting to get dark out. I've only been done work for 40 minutes, for fuck's sakes. Sun going down so early. But nevertheless, we're going to keep busy and we are going to get more done. So right now, we have a shit ton of wires all laying around here and all that, you know? So let's work our way around the motor and start labeling things and unplugging. I don't think this is necessarily something I should, you know, can tutorial you, like show you how to do it. It's pretty simple and self-explanatory. Find something, unplug it, label it with matching numbers. So 1 to 1, 2 to 2, 3 to 3. And then when you go to put it back in, you'll see everything labeled and you just follow your numbers. It makes it a shit ton easier. Alright, we're gonna start with these sensors here. This one, well, that one was right there, sorry, unplugged it already. So yeah, these sensors, I believe that's your water temp. Yank that. Then we're gonna yank this one and this one, which are also held on with the dumb metal C-clips. So yeah, let's wrestle them off. Alright, we got these all off. Stupid C-clips yet again. Take your time with it, you know, kind of pain in the ass, but so that part of the harness is now pretty well all freed up. So now I guess we're gonna work our way across. The harness splits off here. It goes up here, so we have to follow this. Oh, looks like we gotta unplug the igniter. That thing right there. Follow it. So we yank that. We'll also unplug this connector down here, which I'm not quite sure what it exactly goes to. There. And then we got this ground that I already popped off the other day, which was right down there. It was in the way to get to the motor mount. We got that ground. We have to unplug it. It goes into that harness also. So yeah, let's get those, and then we'll see what else is left. Well, alright, we got these buggers unplugged. And I just want to say this again. Label them like this. It's so much easier. 1. Okay, so which one of these is 1? Because all these plugs are the same and pretty well in the same spot. Unplug them one at a time. Oh, 2 and 2 are the same plug. That's not going to work. Oh, that one's a 2. Oh, that's not going to plug into this one. That's a 1. Oh, there's 1. So then, there you go. It just makes life a shit ton easier when you go to put it back together. Less headaches. It's a small little thing, but when you're doing a whole entire motor, you know, it's going to make life so much easier. Same thing. 1 injector, 2 injector, 3 injector. Didn't label the 4th because self-explanatory. But you know what I mean? These right here too, I'm not going to label them. It's the only 3 plugs there, and they're all colored. Green goes to green, brown goes to brown. Obviously that goes to the sensor right there. So just a little tip. I guess now we're going to be moving on to the igniter here, and we got a bunch of shit here to unplug. And alright, let's keep working away. Let's find some shit to unplug. Well, here, let's just do this now. That's a ground, so we know that has to stay with the igniter, so we're going to keep that with the igniter. I'll probably pop the igniter out and then tape it to it, just so we know. But there's a clip here we gotta undo. This is really hard to do with one hand. But you get my drift. I don't want to bore you guys with unplugging, just showing footage of me unplugging connectors. Like, you guys get the story. Alright guys, more progress. We have the harness here, all separated from the body harness. So now I guess I'm going to yank the igniter, get it out of the way, and then we're going to work our way down there, and we might have to yank the starter, which will be not so fun. We gotta get under the car for that. Alright, yank the igniter, tape that little bugger that has to be grounded on there, just so I exactly remember where it goes, because I'll probably, knowing me, fuck that up. So, we'll put that aside. So there, now we got a little more room to check out some lumage. I already have most of the front of the engine bay harness yanked, for the most part. I basically, you know, follow it, undid all the little clips and all that, and since I already have my headlights off and everything, it was a little easier. But yeah, we're getting super close. Like, it's getting pretty cool. Right, we just gotta unplug that and then undo on the other side. All we gotta do is yank the rest of the harness off that alternator down there. Oh man, you can't even see the alternator. There. Yeah, that's it right there. Just gotta snag some wires off here that dangle down to it. And then the bay harness should be able to be removed because it's all out on the inside. Motherfucker is stripped to shit. Ain't nothing left of that fuck. Nothing, homie. Nothing. Well, shit, it's getting dark out, but I got most of the wires all pulled now from where we left off before. Just yanked off the bolt off the alternator that holds it on. And so that, pretty well the whole harness, engine bay harness, is free. If you guys followed my last video where we ripped out the dash harness, then this, you guys will know that it's ready to be yanked. So I got my fenders here. I got my fender here kind of yanked off. That bolt is just, I can't get to it. I can't get the door open enough to get to it. So I'm just bending it. But this should just pull through. There's a little plug there. Oh, not a little plug, it's a big orange plug. Yank it. Oh, God, it won't fucking come out. It's too dark to show you guys anyways, but pretty straightforward. It's the only plug, only wires that come from the driver's side of the car. So we're gonna get that. It's so dark out, I'm so sorry. I don't get done work till 5 and it's dark by 8:30. Like, goddamn. I don't have a shop to work in. Well, I do, but don't look like I can fit a car in here, really, eh? Like, no, not gonna happen. So we might have to finish off this video tomorrow, but I will try to get a couple more things done and possibly pull out some lights. Maybe we can actually have the motor ready to be yanked for tomorrow, and then we can go and do that. So, but for now, let's see what we can do.